Hey guys, it's Katie. Thanks for joining me today. I have a fun little project for you guys today. I'm going to be making a burlap bunting banner to go on the mantle, more of a farmhouse style, so it can be used anytime. So I've got some wide burlap ribbon. I believe I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. And then I've got some black and white baker's twine. Any kind of twine, even like a regular burlap twine would work, but because I'm going for the black and white buffalo check, I thought that the black and white baker's twine would work just great. And I am using a needle. If you don't have a needle, you could just put a piece of tape on the end of the baker's twine. And as you can see, I'm going up and down and going back and forth kind of in a crisscross. And as I get a little bit further down, I'll start gathering things up and I will share with you guys how that turns out. But this is just kind of a fun farmhousey look with the burlap and the black and white buffalo check. So I wanted to just create today's project with you guys and pop on here and share just a little bit about what's going on. I didn't share as much over the summer as I hoped to, and we're still just as busy now. The kids are in sports and life is just as hectic as ever, but I do enjoy having my craft time and being able to share these fun projects with you. I hope that you guys do pop over and check things out on Instagram. I spend a lot of time on Instagram and on stories, and I would love for you guys to join me over there. Otherwise, things are just happening. It is October, and October is my favorite month of the whole year because it's my birthday. And this year I'm turning 40. And I kind of feel like I've lived a whole life of just craziness in the last year. This last year has been kind of a busy year for me personally and just everything. We purchased a business. I shared that with you guys a while ago. So we purchased our business in 2018, October of 2018. So we've been there a year, and I kind of feel like we are still learning. We are still getting our feet wet, but we're figuring things out, and a lot of things is just kind of how to deal with the day-to-day, and how to deal with having a family and taking care of everything. And so as I approach 40, I just am kind of taking stock of life and everything that's going on in our life. We sadly lost my dad in May, and that was a whole nother series of events as we watched him battle cancer, and then as the end of his life came, and then just kind of how we have processed everything since then. It just, it adds a whole nother layer of stuff to your life, how to move on and how to handle all of those things. And I would like to say that we are all doing fairly okay. We are still all grieving and going through the motions. And so it is what it is. So, but it's just made me kind of stop and think about life and how I want to spend it and what I want to do. So real quick, I'm just going to pop back in here and tell you guys that I have just bunched up this burlap after I finished up with the twine, and I'm just taking the ribbon, and I believe this is also, no, I lied to you guys. I ordered this off of Amazon. That's where I got the burlap, and that's where I got the buffalo check ribbon. I remember now. I got them from Amazon, and I'm just kind of tying them randomly, and then I'm going to use the chalkable chips and some chalk couture transfers and decorate the rest of this banner. So back to what I was saying about just taking stock of how things are. There's just a lot of things that I kind of feel like I really need to focus on in my life and take care of myself, take care of my family, run my business, and whatever else happens, happens. And I'm not going to get too worked up about it and let other people dictate how things happen in my life. So I guess my point is life is short and you really should just enjoy it and do what you want to do. And I know that there's times where you really do have to do things that you don't want to do. I mean, that is just life. But for the most part, you have that choice to be able to say, I just don't want to be involved and I don't want to do that. And especially if it makes you miserable, you need to really try super hard to move away from that. And so those are just some of the things that I'm figuring out as I move into my 40th year. I'm really not scared. I'm really not nothing crazy. I just I'm really excited. I mean, I love my birthday. I love celebrating with my family and friends, and I'm hoping that I can do that. And I'm just really hoping that I can focus on everything that's fun and be a good wife, be a good mom, a grandmother, be a good daughter and and granddaughter, and run my business and do what I can. Just do what I can. I think there's so much pressure on people to just be doing so much all the time. And I don't want to be like that. I really do not want to be so busy that I can't enjoy what I want to enjoy. And I know that sometimes, I don't know, maybe that sounds selfish, but the reality of it is that's how I want my life to be. I really want to enjoy my life. I don't want to be miserable because other things or other people are dictating what I should or shouldn't be doing. So that's where I'm at. Those are just some thoughts of rattling around in my head. Probably doesn't make any sense. Probably just totally random and crazy, and you don't care, and that's totally fine too. So anyway, back to the project. I did add these transfers onto the Chockable chips, and they are just so cute, especially the black and the white ones. But I did get some white Chockable chips, and I wanted to try some black on the white and just kind of have some different stuff. And I love that little look. It's just so fun to be able to add these. Now, if you do follow me on Instagram, I do have a few other projects that I'm only sharing over there in my stories lately using these Chockable chips. So you'll want to make sure that you head over there. I did put a link down below in the description box of this video. There will be a link to everything that I used today, and there will be a link to my Instagram, and that's where I hang out. And I would love to interact with you guys. I'd love to visit a little bit more one-on-one with you guys and hang out during the day and share some more fun projects that I just don't get shared to YouTube. So one other thing I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to using your Chockable chips is the magnificent crocodile. And if you are unfamiliar with a crocodile, I have had one for the longest time because I used them when I did stamping and was setting eyelets. And I tell you what, that has been the best thing that I have purchased in my crafting by far. I have used it so many times. I have adjusted everyone's belts. I have done so many things with this crocodile. And now it works to punch holes in the Chockable chips. And I'm going to tell you another funny little story, because on the Couture website, one of the ladies was like, it does not work. It only indents. Well, the top part does only indent. The hole punches are on the side. And after we talked about it and I said, is this what you're doing? We had a good laugh about it, and it was pretty stinking funny. So I also then found out that Crocodile has created just a major punch. So it's just a fancier punch, and that's all that it does is punch things out. So if you don't have a crocodile yet and you want to use this to punch holes in your chalkable chips, just go get that big punch. I'm going to link that down below too, probably on Amazon, if I can find it there. But I tell you what, this crocodile has been the biggest, best investment that I have had in a long time, because I've used it for everything. I use it all the time. So I'm going to just add a little bit of twine and stick these on, and then it's going to be ready to hang up on my mantle. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's chat. I know it was a little bit long and maybe a little wild and crazy, but I do hope to pop on and share just the random life stuff that's happening once in a while too. Like I said, I do a lot of that on Instagram and on my stories, but every once in a while I'll just pop on here and kind of give you guys a recap of what's going on. So if you do head over to Instagram, make sure you check out my 40 days to 40. My mom has been giving me 40 gifts for the 40 days leading up to my birthday, and I'm getting super close. I'm down to one bag of goodies. Some of them are pretty random, some of them are pretty cool. One of them that I opened up early on was a boot remover, and I was like, okay, well, I found out that my dad had picked it out, and he said, get this so that when I go over to her house, I could take my boots off easier. And unfortunately, he never got to use it. So I stuck it in the entryway, and every time we do come in and we use it, we remember him. And so that was just kind of special. And I thought that it was kind of cool that he did help her pick some of the cool things out. And there's just been a lot of neat stuff. So anyway, I'm going to finish tying this up. I'm going to turn some music on, and I really enjoyed chatting with you guys. I hope you enjoyed listening to my babble, and I will check back in with you guys all later. I will have some more projects coming up soon. Thanks so much for joining me today. You guys have a great day.